Once Netflix announced that they were going to be taking on Narnia, I mean, we basically all said, please no, stop. Especially when you got Greta Gerwig, the gal from Barbie, doing it. This is a woman who does not understand C.S. Lewis, does not understand the background of it, and I don't think Hollywood can do a good adaptation of Narnia in today's current environment. I actually liked the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe film from back in the day. I thought they did pretty decently with that. But there's a problem that C.S. Lewis and Narnia are so inherently Christian, so steeped in the traditions of the Bible that Hollywood just is like, it's like they will burst into flames if they actually cover this content and do it correctly. So there's been all sorts of rumors that have developed that have been crazy, like they're going to make Aslan into a woman and things like that to add some like feminist element to it and actually change the original properties. And it gets even worse. So we have a report today that is looking very, very bad. And gosh, I mean, we've been trying to get people to boycott this and make sure it stops and actually urge Netflix to even stop production on it, because I mean, there's no way they're going to be doing this in any sort of great way. So let's get into this fantasy news. This is your real fantasy news. we're not holding up toys online like some other fantasy news channels. We'll cut this out and fix it and edit, guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. All right. I'm a fantasy author myself, and this is what I come at things from a writing perspective. And so this is my Adventures of Baron Von Monocle. It's a 6-book series as of now. I don't know that I'd allow Netflix to adapt it, but if other studios, Angel Studios, if you want to work with me on this, I'd be happy to bring this to life on the film. But it really builds up nicely over 6 books, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's just clean reads, good fun, and a lot of action. So check it out. It's in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting our channel. It's available on ebook, print, and audio. It makes great gifts, and it is good for all ages. So don't worry about that there as well. Unlike Netflix, I mean, I'm worried that they're gonna like. Even with this, like add some like weird, like, gay scenes into it, or like, intimacy coordinators, for Netflix, because this is what they do, right? I mean, everything is like this. And so here it is. The IMAX CEO, Rich Gelfand, actually shared details about Greta Gerwig's Netflix in the upcoming Narnia film, describing it as not your mother's or your grandmother's Narnia. Now, this is one of those things where they're like, yeah, this is a modern types for modern audiences. That's what they're trying to signal with this, right? And they're trying to signal that it's edgy, right? And it's like, not everything should be edgy. And I think that like we've lost a lot of things in our culture because of this. You don't have to subvert expectations. You don't have to change things. You don't have to like make it modern. You don't have to like do all these tricks that Hollywood does. You just have to tell a good story, and that's where Hollywood really hasn't done much in the last year. I mean, if you just look at 2025's films, like it's dismal out there. There were really not a lot of great movies this year, and they're out of ideas because these people are all pretenders who are all just trying to take brands and then subvert them and then change them into their own thing because they can't get their own ideas greenlit because Hollywood just exists off brands now. It's really sad. So that's where we're at. This is a scary, scary thing because not your mother's or your grandmother's. It also signals feminism, right? And remember, C.S. Lewis is a man. There's male main characters in this, and it's kind of like, why is this all about women? And it's because of Greta Gerwig. Greta Gerwig is a feminist in Hollywood who wants to push this. Same thing as like Kathleen Kennedy over at Star Wars and Lucasfilm doing the same thing over there. Trying the force is female, right? In the MCU, we got to make it the female leads now, right? And so they have to do this again at Netflix because they have to push everything in this direction. It's really just like, wow, what's happening with this? So during this Investor Day presentation, he shared how his company's relationship with Netflix is different than other exhibitors, and specifically pointed to the upcoming Narnia film and how he and IMAX secured a 28-day theatrical release before it arrives on streaming on Netflix, which is kind of interesting. In fact, at one point, his presentation shared the film will change the theatrical world. He doubled down on the latter in the presentation, saying, I'm most excited about because Narnia, I think, has a potential to change IMAX and change the business. Well, I didn't exactly touch on why he believed this early presentation. He was eventually prompted later and shared, this is one that my team has told me back because I think, as I said before, it's going to change the world. Very odd statement on this. I know it sounds like hyperbole, but Greta is making this movie for IMAX and fully understands that when the word gets out of what this movie is, it's going to create a cultural event. And this scares me because when they're being vague about this stuff, they're usually hiding stuff. They're not usually just saying going to make a presentation that's like a good thing and telling you like, so how is it going to change the world? Is it going to, like, if I could see this, I mean, what I would say if I was making this movie, I'd say this is going to change the world for Christendom and Christ, right? But they don't want to say that because they're not trying to do that. They're in fact trying to remove those elements of C.S. Lewis's story to make it more palatable for Netflix and their bosses, right? He says, for us, the goal is not only to do good at the box office and IMAX, but to prove that IMAX can create worldwide events they didn't exist before. We want Netflix to do well in streaming. That's part of our goals in this. But then again, we negotiate with Netflix. We're in a very unique position because exhibitors have a history, and exhibitors also have animosity at some level because they see themselves as competitors. But we don't compete with Netflix. He then said this is a real blockbuster movie that's being made for both. And I guess I do have to talk about why I'm so excited about it. This is not your mother or your grandmother's Narnia. Now, this is kind of weird here, right? Now, I do think the original version one is an excellent movie. Like, I mean, it really did the book's honor, did it very well. And it's like one of those things, it's like the Harry Potter remake on HBO. It's like, why do we need to remake it? It's like you already did the books pretty well in the movies. Like, the casting was great, the directing was great. Why do you need to redo this? This is the situation. It's like, why does this even need to be redone? And the answer is they have to redo it as something different, and they have to actually subvert the actual books. Otherwise, there is no purpose to it. And that's why it's not your mother's or your grandmother's Narnia. The music is unbelievably contemporary music. Again, how does that fit in a World War II children's setting, like which IMAX fans like? And I'm going to say specifically, but things like Pink Floyd and The Doors. What? Again, does not fit the tone of Narnia or anything like that. That kind of music, which people go to see in IMAX. Movie itself is going to be filmed at the largest soundstage in Europe. I went to the sets where there are hundreds of people in multiple. It's filmed at multiple locations. You're going to see a clip in a second. And if you can't see how passionate Greta is about it, then you'll have to wait and see the movie, how awesome the movie is. His comments regarding the film's music are not surprising, given producer Amy Pascal previously claimed it's a very new take on Narnia. It's all about rock and roll. Oh, gosh, this is painful. C.S. Lewis is really rolling in his grave right now with this type of stuff. Nobody really wants this coming out of this. So this is it. And they had other stuff discussed with this. They said, and of course, in November, we're bringing back a visionary filmmaker, Greta Gerwig's bold reimagining of the world of Narnia, exclusively to IMAX films. We have one of the most singular creative voices and commercial forces in film, making truly epic blockbuster film that will only be available in IMAX for fans around the world. Now, it's interesting. They are trying to create events and trying to create fear of missing out with that because it doesn't work otherwise. And I see this happening too because like all these studios this year are re-releasing old films. We actually got announcements of Endgame, Avengers Endgame, and a trailer for it, which is odd. On top of that, there's a Star Wars announcement that they're going to be re-releasing the original version coming to film. And on top of it, we have Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings is coming to theaters in the extended version in January. I'm going to go to the theater for this. This is one that will get me to go. This is great because they got this 25th anniversary, and they also these are all promotional events though, because if you look at Disney with Avengers Endgame, they want to remind you that you love Avengers, so you go see the new one, right? Because that's going to be coming out. With Star Wars, they want to remind you that you love Star Wars because they're going to be coming out with Star Wars Starfighter and Mandalorian and Grogu, right? And they're hoping you will like these new ones and you'll remember your love for it. So they're trying to make events to get you into this. I'm very scared for The Hunt for Golem. Like I thought the Hobbit trilogy was really bloated and overdone and not done well. And I think The Hunt for Golem's gonna it's like, why are we doing this? Like, it doesn't seem right to really expand Tolkien's lore like this. It seems like irreverent, to be honest. And so I think this is a hype for that. And that's what they're doing, is trying to create these events to hype for their own like creative projects that use these brand names but aren't anything to do with what the original story is intended. It's very sad. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Are you excited are you going to give it a chance? The Chronicles of Narnia by Gerwig and Netflix. I just know who's making this, and I know it's terrible. Please, if you like my thoughts on storytelling and the like, check out my books. I appreciate it. It's in the description below. We'll be back soon.